Namaste angels. I'm going to do like a mini client reading. This client, she's been a Facebook friend of mine for a while now. And she had sent in what I thought was like a purchase of a mini reading, because it was like half the amount that I charged for a reading. And I set it aside so that I could ask her, and like never asked her. I had a lot of things that was going on. I was actually doing some things with my mother and whatnot. And she messaged me actually the night before my mother was supposed to be released. She got released early and unexpectedly, somewhat unexpectedly, from rehabilitation after having surgery. And literally I was in the car on my way up there to the rehabilitation center where she had been, when the client contacted me and said, like, I don't know if I sent you enough money, and and if you had a chance to do my reading yet. And I said, oh my goodness, like, no, I haven't done your reading yet. And I'll have to, check and get back to you. I'll try to remember to get, hit you back up when I get home. Like after I'm done with this, I explained to her where I was and what I was doing, whatever. And then I didn't, I didn't. So I didn't completely forget. I thought about it many times. And then this morning I said, I have to, even if she was wanting to add the difference and pay for a longer reading, I have to do something for this, client, this friend, because she was wondering if she was even on the right track with the person that she believed was her masculine, whether or not he actually is. And so let's at least do that, I figured. And then if we, if she wants to see something, further, then we can do that after. We can do another 15 minutes or, whatever. All right. So I'm going to, in order to do this, go to the Tony Carmine Solano Universal Love Oracle, beginning with blessings. And I did see a lot of really nice cards as I was shuffling. I actually saw Moon Tree, which is about sacred marriage, to be honest with you. So that's good. Now, it can in part be showing up because today, the day on which I'm doing this reading, is March 16th. It is the day before the Pisces new moon officially. But there is a Pisces moon anyway today. It's just not the new moon. So Moon Tree can be showing up in part because of that, but I don't believe it shows up for no reason, or without reason, as connected to a relationship as well. So again, it represents sacred marriage. I also saw sorrow, however, and it was I saw sorrow opposite blessing. So at one point it was like Mary opposite Mary. It seems to be a lot of fire and earth as well, as I was shuffling these. Again, some nice cards, but fire and earth, which I believe that she's a Gemini like me. So that's interesting. So we'll see what happens. Again, blessings. And opening right away to love. Awesome. So that's the kind of blessing that's coming to you, or that you've been receiving, or that you will continue to receive. That's only positive. Blessings are positive anyway, in of any form. And celebration, which this is very spiritual and sacred for me, not only with Mary and blessings, but opposite celebration. This card is in general for me. It's not like just regular celebration. It's really an ascended level of celebration for me when I see it, because of this dove, which is very reminiscent of the Pentecost for me. And the Pentecost is a celebration of the fact that not only Jesus, but other quote unquote saints have been risen from the dead. So it's not just your everyday celebration. It's definitely an ascended celebration. And opposite blessings, I would say, is because of what is coming to you, what has come to you, what is coming to you. And this love card is here again. It just revealed it was behind the blessings. Celebration and relationship. This is one of the cards I saw as I was shuffling too. And when it shows up, there is a need to look into, face, work on, develop the relationship that one has with themselves, so that they can experience better relationships with others. Opposite celebration, you could be celebrating growth in that area. And now I see that behind celebration is expectancy. This is another card that turned up a couple times as I was shuffling. Expectancy is about the need to let go of our expectations upon the universe. Like we restrict the universe and we block our blessings. You had blessings show up over and over and over again. When we put out expectations, it's like kind of like we're trying to tell the universe to do stuff our way and in our timing, and that blocks our blessing relationship. I'm going to cut. And divine guidance, and more moon here. It's infinite. And actually, the Pisces moon, this is reminding me of a number 8. The Pisces moon, I think, is at 26 degrees, 53 Pisces, I believe. Like the as far as the point, as it relates to latitude and longitude and all of that. Yeah, I think it's 2653, which is 8. Because that had stood out to me. And the new moon actually occurs at 9:11 in the morning, which is 11. So very special as far as I'm concerned. 8 and 8 together make another 8. And 8 and 11 together represent for me Saint Germain and Lady Portia, his divine feminine, Saint Germain's divine feminine. They were all about justice, justice, and standing up for what's right, speaking out, which is very air sign. Very Libra, perhaps the most specifically, but certainly Gemini and Aquarius fit in there as well. Overall energy is transience, which is about a need to surrender, not unlike what I was just talking about with the expectations. A need to let go and let the universe do what it's going to do. But this as it relates to healing of oneself, head to toe, inside and out, just a thorough healing. We have to be in full surrender. This being here, this woman here, she couldn't be more vulnerable than she is in this moment. She's naked, her eyes are closed, her head's turned away. She's not at all looking. It reminds me again of the scripture, and as it relates to Mary. Funny you had Mary show up so many times. Luke 1:36. Let it be done to me as you say. That's what she's allowing. She's allowing the universe to work through her and on her and with her. That's the overall energy. Then it could be reflective. We'll see what the other cards say, but it could be reflective of a need for more intense, like energy healing for you and or your divine masculine. We'll see again what the other cards say. This card represents you and your higher self, about you, the masculine about you, about himself, and about the union. So primarily this spread is from the perspective of the masculine and his higher self. Overall, what the masculine would have you do toward this union. So we're trying to find out what his feelings are in your regard, in regard to the situation as a whole. Since you said you were questioning whether or not you were correct about your connection. What he himself willing to do here toward this union. What the universe would have the two of you to do. And the outcome. Guardian. So this is about protection and a desire to be protected and to be shown and to be guided, but also a willingness to pay attention. So you just had, prior to coming to transience as your overall energy, I was on that divine guidance card. And it's about the fact that, that is available to you and it is infinite. It will never stop. So as long as you continue to seek it, you will have it. Masculine about the feminine. Reflection. So looking around at the present situation, what do we have here? Looking back and looking forward toward, future goals as it relates to her. About himself. This is also coming through like a mirror too. Reflection in a more literal sense, like that's how he's viewing you too, like as his reflection. For the masculine birth, Trying to think if I saw any water, because right away, like the energy of the water signs, and maybe most specifically Scorpio popped up. But this is about death and rebirth. Not unlike the celebration card, which again reminds me of the Pentecost. That's what the Pentecost is about: death and rebirth, right? Resurrection, coming back from a new start. That's where the masculine is right now. And this another one, very like divine for me, very spiritual. There's another dove here. And then we have these like 3 rays, which is also like reminiscent of the Trinity. So it's like the Trinity and the Pentecost, and very like, you know, Jesus is is resurrected, or the saints are resurrected for me. The union, sorrow. So it has not been, there's been a lot of pain here. Been a lot of pain here. And he's focused on that as it relates to the union as a whole. The need for forgiveness, compassion toward one another, toward each one's self. Overall, miracles. Things do turn around, however. Like, we don't have to be stuck here. There is space to move forward, right? Starting again, new opportunities, especially when we believe in miracles. What would the masculine have the feminine to do here? Boom, soulmate. So don't doubt. That's what he would have you do. He'd have you not doubt the connection. He's saying you're right. Soulmate. What is he himself willing to do? Retreat. This is one of the cards of earth and air that came through. Masculine may be an earth sign. This can also be this can also just be Venus and sort of working with her, through her. That could be another explanation of why I saw, as I was shuffling, not just cards like this, but fire element too. Venus currently in Aries, as is Mercury. Venus, ruler of Taurus, to see the earth. But this card I also connect, if I'm going to get extra specific, to Aquarius. So air and earth, but again, most specifically, probably Aquarius and Taurus. But more importantly, it's about the need to get out and connect with Mother Nature. And in this placement, about the masculine's willingness to do just that. Here's the fire energy I was talking about, what the universe would have the two of you do. So and we have these like colors repeating too, this color scheme repeating. The masculine would have you get into this energy of soulmate and remain there and believe in it and trust in it and believe in the miracle that it's occurring. And so would the universe. Eternal flame. This is, you know, something burning forever. And this, again, card also turns up for me in connection to fire energy and perhaps fire signs, but can just be representative of the fact that if you are Geminis, if I'm remembering correctly, that would be your 2 ruling planets, both in Aries right now too, connected to the fire, Venus and Mercury. And the outcome here, fear. Fear. Again, feeling stuck in this energy, and can we like get out of it? How do we get out of it? How do I approach it? What if I'm rejected if I try? Is what's going on there. Look at some of these, beginning with, this is Doreen Virtue Romance Oracle, beginning with getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And opening to retreat. So we just saw retreat. There's another one, again, reminiscent of earth energy, but more importantly, the need to connect with Mother Nature in order to open up the flow there. It's time to disconnect from the world. Retreat. Finances and career, which is also connected to earth energies, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Finances and career, and soulmate yet again for you. Boom. Yes, this is your soulmate. Glad we did this. Glad I picked these up. Let me cut here on that happy note. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And the overall energy is back to retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. I do have to tell you that as I was shuffling these cards, I saw earlier, I saw for you, free yourself. A couple of times turned up. And just now, as I was shuffling them again to arrive at the overall energy, free yourself jumped out of the deck and onto the floor. So somebody... and it can be the union. It can be that both of you stuck in that place of pain and hurt and not moving forward. You got to free yourselves from that. There could be other energies, situations, relationships from which you have to free yourself as well. Maybe we'll get a view of that. Masculine may have to free himself from someone, somebody, someone, something, someplace. Codependency can be reflective of any kind of codependent relationship, including like substance abuse, having a problem with that. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Any kind of toxic relationship with anything or anyone. Could be a toxic relationship with money, toxic relationship with drugs, toxic relationship with a relative, with a loved one, with a mate, a former mate. All of those things are possible. I said money first because that's what I was feeling first. And then boom, it's sitting here under codependency. He may have an unhealthy relationship with money. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. But again, on the bright side, soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate here in his subconscious. You know, that's what's on his mind. And maybe that's in part what fuels this unhealthy relationship. Like, how can I have enough money to provide and things like that? It could be the worry. Crowning the feminine, children. Your love life is being affected by children. They may be attached to the codependency. This could be your children. These could be his children. Ones you like to have together. It could be connected to a former relationship, like the mother of his children, and how is he going to like pay child support and be in a relationship, like that sort of thing comes up as well. You surrounded by trust, though. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So the same way you're supposed to believe in miracles and have faith there, that energy continues, that request continues of the universe for you to like just believe that things will work out. And in your subconscious, very soon, if you clearly decide what you want, it will come to you now. Crowning. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And I think it's this relationship, this unhealthy relationship, with whatever person, place, or thing, or combination of those, because I feel it's a combination, is happening. That's where there's no where there's no mutual love, and it's just toxic. At the root, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And at the heart of the matter, deception. Someone's wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. And I think this is all tied together. So I'm going to take, these will be for your advice, but I'm going to take the next upright card that I find to try to do some clarifying. There we go. Unrequited love. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. It doesn't have to be your parents. It could be the parent, again, of your child, your children. It could be you. You could be the children. And it could be anybody. It's anybody who's so impactful upon your life that you can't move forward without healing a relationship with them. That's something that has to be taken care of. If you can't move on with your life without, whether it's your parents or it's a friend, if you can't move on without dealing with the situation that you have with them, you got to deal with the situation. Now, I always say that the ways that we can heal these things are either by repairing them, if at all possible, or walking away and cutting those cords, cutting those energetic cords from those people, whomever they are. There is not reciprocated love here. It's not balanced. It's not even. There's this, whatever this is, it lacks equity. So somebody's getting the short end of the stick, as they say. Codependency. It's chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Sitting here next to where that lacks. So that shows you that again, it's attached to this imbalance. There's not enough chemistry. There's a strong chemistry. This is all imbalance and unhealthy toxic energy. And deception. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So I think this comes in attached to where we thought like we can't fix this, like we're lying to ourselves, we're kidding ourselves if we don't think that we have a means of bringing love back together, particularly with a soulmate. And we do. The ways that we do that are employing like lighthearted energy and letting go of our heavy baggage, clearing that away, basically working on improving our health. And it may take a retreat, some time by yourself, disconnecting from the world, working on self, healing that relationship with you, which is one of the first cards I pulled, or as I was shuffling, I showed you and mentioned from the original deck and spread that I used, the Tony Carmine Solano Universal Love Oracle. So there is some work to be done on ourselves as individuals, but there's also a very positive and loving connection here as well. Further to that, from the Earth connection, boom again. In order to heal yourself in the area of abundance, and this one would be more specific to the masculine. This is for him. Again, not a mistake that he has all this Earth energy coming up and attached to the energy of coins, pentacles, money, abundance. Could be love too, abundance of love. He needs to spend some time with nature and reconnect with Mother Nature in order to, again, open up that flow of abundance to him. So it is blocked, it is restricted, and it's tied up in a codependent, toxic situation and or relationship. For you, celebration. Sometimes I apologize. Sometimes I have to stop and listen. Again, this is about ascension and progress made and seeking guidance and following guidance. You know, that's reason to celebrate. That's cause to celebrate. That's spiritual growth. And it will continue. And you will continue to ascend like this dove as long as you continue to both seek and to follow the guidance that you're provided. From the romance angels to the masculine, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I think he has to do that not only with you, but with whomever, if there's other people involved in this. which it would seem there is, family members, and things. He needs to talk to all of these people. But again, first himself, first and foremost, self. And lastly, for you, passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So don't restrict yourself. Don't try to control your feelings or the universe and block it with expectations and limits, and free yourself and allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I hope that you enjoy your reading and you find it helpful. Namaste, Angel.